Hi and welcome to Outwell. Here I'm going to talk you through the features of our Glendale 5, which is from our Deluxe collection. You can see that it's a large tunnel design tent which is aimed to sleep up to 5 people. And with it being in our Deluxe collection, you'll find that the fly sheet we're using on here is our Outtex 4000. So this is a polyester material which is PU coated on the inside. It has fully taped seams and a hydrostatic head of 4000mm, ensuring that the whole thing is completely waterproof. The frame that we use is made up of 2 different types of poles. So we have the steel poles in the main body of the tent, making it really solid and rigid, and then we have a fiberglass pole at the back and also at the front. You'll see here that at the front we are using our extended frame system to create maximum head height for the floor space given, and the fiberglass poles that we use are our Duratec fiberglass. You'll also just notice there that we colour code the pole sleeves just to ensure that you get the right pole in the right place, also making sure that pitching is as simple as it can be. We can then see that we're using our innovative Outwell wind stabilizer system here. So this is where we have these Velcro tabs direct to the fly sheet. We simply wrap these around the poles, secure them in place with the Velcro tabs like so. We find there's one at the top and at the bottom of every pole, and from these we have our guylines, and when we peg the guylines out, it pulls the whole fly sheet against the frame of the tent, making sure that these tents are going to be really stable even in high wind conditions. Some other features that we have on here then, we use our easy pegging system. This is where we supply you with 3 different types of pegs for the tent. So we have our solid steel anchor pegs for the corners, we have our luminous plastic pegs for the luminous guylines, and we have our black plastic pegs for all the other pegging points around here, making sure that you get the right peg in the right place. Some more features that you'll find on the outside, we have large ventilation panels down the sides and around the back of the tent. This allows cool fresh air in here on a hot day. But if you don't want it, it gets a little bit too chilly, we can simply take them away just by moving the Velcro like so, and then flattening down across here. Coming around the front of the tent, you'll see that we have these mud valances along the bottom here, just to encourage any rainwater to run down the fly sheet and away from the inside. The front door itself, you'll see, is a good size front door here, so it's a full walk-in tent, and it's nice and wide as well to allow you to get your furniture and all your different bits and pieces inside as well. So we have this external porch area here, and the front 2 panels can actually be rolled back to create a more open front as well. The ground sheet that we use in here is a double coated polyethylene material, so it's really tough and durable, and it also has a minimum hydrostatic head of 10,000mm, and this just toggles into position in here. Then when you step back into the main tent, we have this large dividing wall which separates the front area from the living area, and you can see on here we have large mesh ventilation panels which also have curtains behind them which can be zipped up again if it gets a little bit too chilly. A real nice feature here is that if you want to, we can simply open up this whole door right the way across to create one large open space, or obviously it can be fully closed over to the other side as well. So when we step back into the tent, something that you're very aware of is just how much space there is. There's lots and lots of head height in here. You can see I'm 1.95 m and I have plenty of room above me. The space is really accentuated by the large windows that we have all the way around the tent. And just on this side here, you can see that each window has its own curtain, so we've just closed this one over at the moment just to show you that, but that can be either toggled halfway or obviously fully opened up as well. And then across the top of all the windows we have the mesh ventilation that corresponds to the outside ventilation that we mentioned earlier on. At the top of the tent is where you will find our lantern hanging point, and this just leads away here with the cable tidies down to our cable entry point. This just allows us to bring in any electrics or cables into the tent without having to have any of the doors opened. There is a side door here as well. As you can see, we have the mesh panel dropped down at the moment, and that means you can then open the outside door and get great ventilation without having to have any bugs coming into the tent. Just so you know, the ground sheet in this area is the exact same material that we mentioned in the front area. The only difference here is that it's fully sealed in. So again, you're not going to get any drafts coming in along the bottom, and hopefully again, it's going to keep out those unwanted bugs. At the back of the tent is where you'll find the bedrooms, and as I mentioned before, this tent sleeps up to 5 people. These bedrooms come pre-attached in the tent, but you can see at the top that they are attached using our wave-shaped hanging point system. What this does is it just takes any stress across the seam at the top here away, making sure that these are hung in a good, secure fashion. We'll also just notice some more features on here. We have some external storage pockets on the outside. We then have also some mesh ventilation on the doors themselves. Now these bedrooms feature our universal bedroom system, where we can just simply unclip the front, and if we did that across here all the way and at the back, we then take the zips that are in the middle here and we can just drop down the bedroom like so, and if we did that, then you could fully drop this bedroom, leaving one bedroom on this side and even more living space within here. Some more features you can see just here. We have some storage pockets in here, ideal for smaller personal belongings. And at the back we also have a large mesh ventilation panel. You'll also notice just in the middle here that the bedrooms are separated with this sheet which is fully zipped closed. Obviously this can be opened up to create one large bedroom at the back as well. There's a few optional extras available for the tent, including a carpet for the living space. There's a footprint available to go under the tent, and you'll also find that we have a side extension available too. So that's all the features of our Glendale 5. Thank you very much for watching.